After the man hastily left, she resolutely decided to chase after him. This time, the guy exhibited a very grounded demeanor and finally ceased his concealment. Everyone was talking about how her phone had been surreptitiously bugged. This document exposed all the locations and surveillance straightforward stuff. What happened last night? Someone seized the opportunity to swipe Nami's phone and naturally uploaded her social media content. Then they spun the narrative, and her phone and everything got switched off, but she claimed to live solo, and she became increasingly uneasy. If I show up again, it'll seem like someone secretly snuck into her place. This meant someone was in her house. Nami's suspicions skyrocketed. Upon hearing this, she immediately suspected her Bestie. Because she hadn't invited her best friend over last night, the friend had shown up uninvited for a cozy sleepover. So she decided to sneak a peek from the window, which only further confirmed her suspicions. She went straight to confront her best friend, who was livid. Every time something went down, her friend was right there. Now she's being bitten back. What a twist. Meanwhile, her anger led her to a realization. She had been the one spilling the boss' dirty laundry. Watching her friend tearfully exit the cafe, the guy was over the moon. His plan had worked brilliantly. Next up, handling Nami would be a piece of cake. However, before he could make his move, Nami encountered some unexpected twist. She lost her job in just 3 days, losing her best friend and having a falling out with her dad. She totally lost it and blamed her phone for everything. Furious, she chucked her phone to the ground. As she looked at the shattered screen, she suddenly thought of the repair guy. So she hurriedly called 2 cops and raced to the repair shop, where she bumped into old Yu. After some chit-chat, Nami realized that the repair guy, the one who found her phone, and the dude tracking her phone issues were all the same guy. But right now, she thought of this dude as just some creepy peeper and didn't even consider he could be a serial killer. Old Yu wasn't sure either if her son was the guy, so he kept it to himself. They then plotted to catch the thief. Nami acted oblivious to lure him over. While Nami's phone was currently out of battery, meaning the guy had no clue. The guy soon received an invite and showed up downstairs at Nami's place, but old Yu couldn't resist the urge to pounce, spotting it. So, just as the guy was about to enter Nami's house, old Yu prepared to make his move, only to find himself taken aback the moment the dude turned around. Are you a cop? Yeah, I came in to report because I thought it was a mix-up. But how could you apprehend an innocent civilian in such a way? The police were totally baffled and at a loss. When they released the guy, the police not only set him free but also gave him a thorough lecture about detention, and then handed him a ticket. Just as confusion set in, Nami called out to them from upstairs. She had just received a message from the guy. He mentioned that something unexpected had come up and as a result, he wouldn't be able to make it today. At this point, all 3 were completely in the dark while the precinct had stumbled upon clues linking the serial killings to genre. As a family member, old Yu had to stay clear he couldn't be involved in this case anymore. For Nami's safety, old Yu suggested she crash somewhere else tonight. Before departing, Nami deliberately switched back to her previously used old phone. Upon opening the door, she saw her dad appeared to have dozed off, so she returned to her room, only to find that as soon as she lay down, the guy texted her, saying he knew she switched phones and wanted her to call that number now. Nami replied with a Y, but then her phone vibrated nearby. She couldn't believe she dialed that number. The vibration came echoing from the ceiling instead. In a panic, Nami dashed out of the room and went to her father's bedroom, pulling back the covers, only to discover that beneath them lay a pillow. She locked the door, ensuring her safety, and quickly picked up the phone to call the police, but incredibly, just as she pressed the numbers, they vanished into thin air. Her phone began taking pictures on its own. Turns out the guy had snuck into her apartment while she was at work. He initially wanted to observe her closely, but ended up finding an old phone in her drawer. He casually bugged it, not knowing it'd really come in handy now. Then this guy played a recording of Nami arguing with her dad. Back then, Nami was determined to get in touch with this dude, completely ignoring her dad. This made her reminisce, only wanting to hurry and find her dad. So she followed the sound straight to the living room, where the guy had been waiting all along. He showed Nami a video of her dad being kidnapped, and there was nothing she could do but comply.